The man who claimed to be stubborn, the man who claimed to be a cartel boss, and can't humble himself for anyone, was brutally humiliated today at the Madlanga Commission. Julius Mkhwanazi thought it was a joke when the grilling started. He tried to be arrogant at first and was shouting at the commissioners. He told them they love handling his own case with bias and they should be careful. This was the point Commissioner Madlanga and Advocate Baloyi became angry and dealt with him mercilessly. This is so soothing and sweet to watch, because when the brutality got out of hand, he pleaded by saying, "Commissioners, please, I have children. I am not a cry baby," a statement which went viral today. When things like this happen, and the arrogant and corrupt police cops are brought to their knees, we always celebrate because they have stolen so much of taxpayers' money. If you support the fact that Julius Mkhwanazi should be sentenced to jail, hit the like button, comment Mkwanazi to CMAX, and subscribe for more updates. Jabulani, roll out the clip many has regarded as the sweetest so far in this Madlanga Commission of Inquiry.
This operation didn't look at only Madlanga, or this project didn't look at only Madlanga. You see, we looked at different security companies. I've said that many times. You see, I know the name and everything. That is why it was detected by our team that there's this individual. You see, by the time they didn't know they didn't know him, that the black person and the white person, that they, out of all the people that were heavy. But that's your conclusion.
Do you accept that the only evidence that we have is in relation to the people associated with Mr. Van Wyck's entity and or Mr. Matala, and that you have not produced any evidence that this project involved more people than Mr. Van Wyck? I'm talking about evidence. Will you accept that you haven't tendered any evidence?
On the second day, on the first day, when I presented, I said, "Commissioners, I'm suspended. I can't get hold of documents and everything." The evidence leader said, "Don't worry, we'll assist you." You see, I know that there's a team that does investigation and everything. I thought by that time, this time you have said, "We've got this and this and this and this and this." Because one of the things, again, that I felt that it is important, that's why I mentioned, is the issue of training too. That there was training. If there was thorough investigation, you are also going to get names and everything there. Because it's the division that is not in me, I can't interfere. It is somebody who deals with that, and it's still there. They are not suspended. They are operational. This is not the only thing where you promise that we'll investigate that, we'll investigate that. I thought by this time we'll be presenting, then say, "Here's the document, yeah, you are correct, yeah, you are not correct." Because what pains me, Chairperson, is that with other people who are testifying, you are able to tell them that you are cleared, you are correct. But with me, why? Even if there are documents that are produced, Chairperson, my statement is thick, this, with many documents. That's why I was complaining that the other document I've attached there, that talks to this project, that talks to this. But I see that I'm concluding today. It's fine. But those documents are part of the evidence. If you can sit and check some of the things and go to college, go to what with these people that I'm mentioning, I'll be cleared in this thing. Because this is not Mkwanazi's thing. It happened that I led it, I'm in operation, and I even said that there was a meeting of management of EMPD, you see, which was not even checked by me. I was tasked to run with this thing. I've said it on the first day. It is part of the statement that I've attached. It's part of the supplementary statement. It is part of, I don't know how to call it, the other statement where I argued and requested the commission, please look at that statement because I feel your statement is not covering everything. It is part of that, Chair. I've been mentioned on that.
Commissioner, I don't know, maybe I did not understand.
I'm crying, Chairperson, I'm protesting.
Maybe I did not understand you correctly. You seem to suggest differential treatment insofar as you are concerned,
yes,
as
Chair.
Opposed to
yes,
how
Chair.
Other witnesses were treated. Can you please explain that?
Chairperson, when I came in here, it's section 10, they said 10.3. Or where you ask questions. You ask about 11 things, you see. And I've produced documents. I've submitted documents. I even submitted documents with why people are fighting me in the department. Because I'm investigating, I mentioned companies. I mentioned some of the project. It was said, no, don't worry, we'll see that, you see. I've responded with documentation, with everything that I know. Those that I don't know. But 99.9, there's evidence that documents talk to that. You see, for example, there was an issue of me stealing cables in van. It was pure lies. I even submitted an evidence that the operation of cables, it was in the eastern part of Mpumalanga, and those cables were recovered. They were stolen in Cape Town Park. There's evidence, there are photos, there are number of units that were part of it, and they worth this money. All that thing of it was lies. It was, the person who presented there, he spoke. Can I use the one word that I will never use in my word? He used it. The commission didn't correct him. Revo spoke nonsense. When he was presenting as a witness, he used to say, I'm a criminal, I was talking nonsense. There, and even IPT, when they came in, they said he lied in that thing. There was nothing like that in Triangle. But because he wanted to paint me as this criminal, and it was believed, and it was taken. And I produced document that counteracted that evidence that I had by that time. I may not have everything now, but that evidence having a case number where SAP data on those cables were booked, the vehicle, the arrested driver, and the teams that participated, and the statement from SAPS thanking all the teams, EMPD and other security companies, that yes, that cable was recovered and this thing. And it's quiet about that. You see, there's not even an apology that, okay, here you're not cleared, but here you are cleared. You see, to me, it's wrong. And the public, they perceive me. I told you that I'm living in house arrest now, Chairperson, because the evidence that I submitted, you see, but I've said it's fine. The commission is having it. When they do their conclusion, maybe one day in their recommendation, they will peruse these documents and see that. But part of the evidence, this person has submitted these things. With the proof, I even provided contact numbers within the department that with this project, you can ask this person, this is how much of money that was paid. This project was not supposed to be concluded with such amount, and this project is not concluded, Chairperson. I know this project is not concluded, but people were paid 80 million. Some families, some people in the management, they came with their family to rectify the structure or the building that the municipality has paid in. I've provided all those evidences, you see. And to tell you, Commissioner, leading evidence can tell you, I think you are in page 20. You are looking at Mkwanazi. Any other evidence, but it's fine. You see, I've submitted, I made sure that to get all the documents in everything that is saving. I know that the witnesses, for example, Commissioner, I raised the issue of Kilebokhile Tipa, that she lied in public that I wanted to kidnap. Even the car registration, she said she got it at Ignatis, it belonged to me. I've said we can go to Ignatis system now. She cried, wanted sympathy from public, but she lied in public about me kidnapping her. There's no even a single day. I even told the commissioner that I was not even aware that I'm investigated for this thing. There's no single day where she came to me or she talked public about me. The only thing, I even said it. I know Commissioner Kuma was asking something. I even said, even now when you go to my area, every Thursday or Wednesday, there's an article about Mkwanazi. It was there before she was suspended. It was quiet. She's back again. There's an article about Julius Mkhwanazi every day. It's every Wednesday. It's Julius Mkhwanazi. It's a character assassination. And it has happened, and it is happening, and the commission's allowing it. My request, Chairperson, is that...
We can't control what the media is publishing, except in those instances where there may be a basis for us to have our spokesperson correct inaccuracies, for example.
Yes.
Yeah, but ordinarily we would do that insofar as it concerns the commission.
Yeah. Chairperson, I'm not a crybaby. My child, I'm having case numbers, was nearly kidnapped. Every time when people are talking here, I was called by the detective, by the principal, by the mother of the child. She was picked up, identified at the school. When they were called, the principal confirmed, yes, we saw in the camera. She called her by her name inside the school. After school, she went there and identified. The child went to the office. There's a case that has been opened. 4 criminal cases. It's not discussed there. 2 cases were opened against me by the people who were at my house taking photos. I went out, I jumped, I got that case in. Driving a security company vehicle he does not have an appointment card. You see, I don't cry, but I said, no, what? Let me participate in the commission. Let me behave.
Commissioner, I hope I will not sound lacking in empathy.
Yes.
I understand everything you have said, but this debate stems from my question as to the question of differential treatment that you have suggested. I think what you have said now has strayed far away from that simple question. May I ask this, and please give me a direct answer. If you say there's differential treatment, you are treated differently as against which other witnesses? I heard you mention Commissioner Rivers' piece. Is that one of the people that you feel were treated more favorably and you more harshly? Is he one of the people you are referring to? Or not? Is he one of the? Is he one of the?
Yes, the chief of police.
You've also and
the
chief of police and also are those the people?
All the witnesses that
are those the people you are referring to?
Are
those the three people you are referring to?
Yes, let me
only
say so.
Only those, or
if I remember others, I will just make an affidavit and send it to you, Chair. Because I'm aggrieved, I must do that. I feel that I must do that. And the way I'm being questioned like, hey, this is a criminal, but other people which have submitted evidence that is having a proof, they are sweet out of the commission. They are sweet out of the commission, Chair. That's what I'm not saying I do that, but that's why
I just wanted to get an idea of the substance of the complaint. I think I do have at least as close enough a picture as possible. Thank you, Commissioner.
Do you think we can enjoy this corruption so long? Please guide me in case we are busted. What I have just said is a leaked WhatsApp message between Julius Mkhwanazi, Medicare 24 CEO Mike Wyke, and Kat Madlanga when they planned to loot and share the 360 million rands tender. When he was confronted and cross-examined about the message, he tried to deny but was busted instantly by Advocate Baloyi, who showcased her extreme level of intelligence. Jabulani, please roll out that hot clip, because these are things we love to see.
25.
Yes.
Is that the date of the WhatsApp message?
Is that page, Commissioner? Is that page 555? 555. It should be CJC 293. Or if you have my problem, it would be 292.
555.
Sorry. Mr. Mapopa, can you please, you found it. You found it. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. So we dealt with that card in April in isolation, and the question to you was, what was that card and what was it intended to achieve? And your response was, you do not know where that came from. Do you remember?
No, I didn't say I don't remember where it came from. It's clear it says it came from Mike, but I think I differed with what was presented to me. This was an appointment card. I say we don't have. I've said we don't have such appointment cards as EMPD.
Okay, now this comes from Mike.
Yes.
It reflects EMPD and Anubis. Anubis is the private security firm that Mr. Van Wyk is a part of, correct?
You're correct.
Okay. Then if you go below that picture, which Mr. Van Wyk asks, do you think we can do this so long? Do you see that?
Yes, yes, yes.
And then you say, please guide me.
Yes.
Are you following me?
Yes.
Now below that is an audio clip shared with you by Mr. Van Wyk to guide you as you request regarding this card. Commissioners, this particular bundle cannot play directly, so if you just give us a second to switch to the bundle that will play that audio. It is that audio clip of the 8th of November 2021 at 8:37.
Morning, how you doing? I just try and get everything in place now and done, and if we can get somewhere. So this is cards that I see some of the metros are using for people that has a little bit of authority, but we need a letter still to authorize us to use it. Doesn't make us traffic officers. It just says that we work in conjunction with EMPD. I don't know, if you just want to put your mind maybe around it.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
You recall what the conversation was about?
No,
so now that reminds you what that card is.
I can recall now because you played that thing last time and I've answered to it.
I didn't have it last time.
No, you had.
Okay.
But as I've said, we even took close to an hour discussing about this.
My apologies, maybe too much time has lapsed. What was that's fine, I accept. If you say I did play it, the record will show. Now, if you'd be so kind as to remind me then, how did you explain that card to be?
No,
based on the guidance by Mike?
Now, as EMPD, we don't do these cards. We don't have such a card. And this card was not done. So our card is standardized. We don't have a card that mixes with a private company. We don't have dual. Those contracts, I remember there was even a instruction in late 90s from one of the city managers warning private companies that are doing services with the city, not only at the EMPD, all the private, they would like to put a sticker of the city, or they would like to put something like a sticker of the city with the sticker of a company that is contracted. Then they were told, no, you can't do that. Because you're confusing people. People, when you do mistakes, they think that it is the city that has done these things. And criminal take advantage, they put these stickers and do wrong things. It was earlier, I was still a constable, but I know that there was something like that. We don't do this.
Okay, now...
It was very clear too, even if you can go to anywhere, you can't even find this in our corners or in any corner of the EMPD.
My recollection, as prompted by the transcript, is slightly different. I had that engagement with you regarding this card on the 16th of April, 2026. And I'm going to project the relevant portion of the transcript where we deal with this card. It's page 152. It will be from about line 16.
Do you have that document?
It's going to be projected as I read it to you.
No, my word with you. You only show something that is favoring you. To be wise to see a conversation. Because you are saying it's a transcript. A transcript can't be one paragraph or one sentence.
I'll scroll in any direction you'd want me to give context. Okay? Now, if we are at page 152 at the top there.
152.
152 as on the screen. It starts with Commissioner Mkwanazi, yes. You see on the left of the transcript there are numbers. There will be 10, 20, and the like. Do you see that?
Wait.
On the left of the document, there is a small number.
Officer, yes.
I'm trying to help us navigate our way through. You see that number 10 there?
10, yes.
Okay. Now, when that indicates that the 10th line in the transcript. So I will refer to it to try and help us locate ourselves. So at that, just 3 lines above that, I say, and if I could ask us to go to page 67 of the bundle, you see that? And then
67, yeah.
Yes. Where it says Advocate Sello, and if I could ask us to go to page 67. And then the Commissioner Baloyi thanks me, and then I turn to you to ask you whether you have located the exhibit. You say yes. And at about line 16, you see where it says again, Advocate Sello. I say, now this is a card that reads Specialized Services for Inquiries, referred to EMPD Brigadier J.D. Mkwanazi with a number. You see that? You say yes. I say on the left-hand side is the logo for EMPD, if I see it correctly, and on the right is Anubis. Now you can skip the rest. You confirm, yes, you see that. Then I say, now, this is a card that reflects sort of a joint venture or approval of joint operations under the names of both EMPD and Anubis. And it directs whoever is given the card to make any further inquiries to you. You produced that card, did you not? You say no. I ask, who produced that card? And you say, I really do not know, because even the numbers here, I do not know these. Then you can skip to about line 17 there. You say, and we cannot produce this thing because let me say, I do not know this. So that was our engagement last time. You denied any knowledge.
No, you are correct. I even said that the numbers, my number, my office number is not this number. The number that I was given, I'm still having the same number for 5-10 years now, more than that. It's the number that you are getting. You are correct.
So now the WhatsApp messages show us that card was shared with you by Mr. Van Wyk. You asked for guidance. He gave you the guidance, and he says it's for the officers to use to show that they have an association with EMPD when they are stopped. And then, there is no further, you do not dispute that such a card could be issued or that it cannot be issued.
I dispute it.
No, I'm saying in your conversation with Mr. Van Wyk.
I get
yes.
you now. I get you.
Yes. So, as far as that WhatsApp communication then is concerned, you have your clarification, your guidance, and you conclude by saying, let me come see you tomorrow after 11, my brother. So.
But here he's asking for a question, not guiding me.
Sorry, I missed that, please.
I'm saying he's not guiding me here. He's asking, is it doable? Unless I didn't listen it correctly.
He had said, I'll bring it up again, he had said, can we do this so long? And you say, please guide me. And yes. Then we played that clip where he explains what that card is and its purpose.
Yes, he's asking. That's what I'm saying. Can we do this for so long? It's a question.
And you never said no? Yes,
I wanted guidance on him.
Then he gave you the guidance.
Remember, we're still in the process, you see. And whatever guidance it is, that means his explanation didn't win because we are not doing such things as EMPD. As the city, we are not doing that. There's no appointment card that is collaborated that we are producing with any other private. Whether it's contracted, whether it's providing services, or whether it's those that are doing volunteers with other departments. We don't do such cards.
If
we was trying his luck, but we don't do this.
Yeah, apologies.
Sorry, Mr. Lo. Can you tell me what sort of guidance you were expecting from him?
Remember, Commissioner, we're still dealing with this.
Bearing in mind that more than once you've said EMPD does not issue such cards.
Yeah.
So what guidance were you expecting from him?
We are correct, Commissioner. Remember, there was this memorandum of understanding that we're dealing with. On top of that, is coming up with something, you see. In my mind, maybe he's assisting us with something that can make this thing to move faster. He'd like to be creative in other things. That's why I even went to him and said, please clarify that. But on our engagement, I saw that it's impossible to do that. We can't.
No. He sends you let me loosely call it a business card.
Yes.
He sends you that with the two logos, Anubis and EMPD. And he says, can we use this so long?
Yeah, correct.
You ask for guidance.
Yes.
So my question is, what guidance were you expecting?
To clarify on this card.
It's clear. It's very clear. It has the two logos. It has some writing on it. That's very, very clear.
Wrong numbers and everything.
Sorry?
With wrong numbers and everything. It's clear. I agree with that.
But you would not know that you are taking issue with the wrong number or anything like that. You simply say, please guide me. So my question stands, what sort of guidance were you expecting from him?
Yes, about this card. What type of a card? How is it going to work? What do you want us to work?
From his side, he has shown you what he is suggesting should be used in the meantime. You ask for guidance. What guidance?
I think I'm losing you.
No, it's a very simple question.
Yes, it's a simple question.
You have just, for example, now given what are a lot of what's with regard to the sort of guidance you wanted. He would not have known that you had a lot of what's if you did not communicate those to him. So it's on that basis that I say, in the face of something that he has shown you, what guidance? Because all you say is, please guide me.
Yes.
So without more, what guidance did you expect him to give you? If you simply said, please guide me. He has shown you what he is suggesting should be done in the meantime or so long, as he says. And you say, please guide me. What sort of guidance do you expect from him?
Thank you, Commissioner. I think if I get you now is that how does he want this card to work and how does he want this card to operate? You see, again, on the background that I'll be having whatever that I had in my mind. You see.
So you had no problem at all with the card itself?
No, Commissioner. If I didn't have a problem, I was going to say yes, I agree. You see, for the matter
but the converse is also that if you had a problem, you should have told him that directly or categorically. You can't just say, oh, okay, he says, here's what I'm suggesting we should use so long. Do you agree? That's the substance of what he was saying. And all you say is, please guide me. If you suggest that you were not agreeing with what he had put together, one would have expected you to say, EMPD does not do such cards, doesn't use such cards. One would have expected you to raise that categorically with him. You did not. All you say is, please guide me. So why did you not raise it categorically then? If your stance, as I understand it to be, as you sit there now, if your stance was that EMPD does not use this, so basically you are disagreeing that this is something that could ever be considered. Why did you not say that to him?
But when you look at the other conversation, Commissioner, I've said, let me come and see you. In those engagements, when I met with him, I explained.
But after the advice, in the face of something that has logos and has text in black and white, all you say is to seek guidance. That's what I don't understand. If in your head you already knew that this is simply not doable, EMPD does not do this, why not say that categorically?
But Chairperson, there's nothing wrong if I come to, even if I don't say it now, but coming to and explaining to you that this is not doable. There's nothing wrong about that. That's why I went to see him.
But that's already in response to the voice note.
Remember,
That's in response. That's in response to the voice note.
After that voice note, I've said you are correct, Chairperson. Let me come and see so that I can explain everything. How does this thing work?
One would have expected you to take issue there and then once this business card was sent to you. Why wait for? Why ask for guidance on something that you know will never work? Why not simply say this will never work? EMPD doesn't do any such thing.
If you say so, Chair, I think the approach that I took, maybe it's not the one that was satisfying. You see, I took a different approach. Because
which was seeking to achieve what? Because you know that EMPD doesn't use this at all. So it would never have worked. You should simply have said, this cannot work. We do not do this as EMPD.
And I've engaged him, I told him that, Chair.
Sorry?
I went to him, I told him that, Chair. We met with Mike. That's why this didn't materialize.
You see, the problem is we do not know, we do not have objective material to establish what was exchanged between you and him. What objective material here, what we have, does not seem to suggest that that was the approach you were taking. You are asking for guidance on something you know will never work. So it doesn't make sense to me why you did not simply say, this will never work. That's my difficulty.
I hear.
Now on the side, you are speaking on the side, there's nothing objective that we can see for ourselves. And you want us to believe that in those discussions about which we have nothing objective to assess for ourselves, you did actually say, no, this will never work. It's never done at the EMPD. That's very difficult to understand and believe.
Sure. This didn't materialize.
Sorry?
This didn't materialize. For the matter,
it may not have materialized, but not necessarily because of what you said, because if your attitude throughout was what you tell us now, I do not understand why your response would not immediately be that this cannot be done at EMPD. That's my difficulty.
I get it, Chair.
I will leave it there. Yes, Mr. Lolo.
Can I ask a follow-up question, Mr. Commissioner Mkwanazi, I want you to keep one finger on page 555, but then go to page 612, because I'm going to come back to 555. 612. Are you on 612?
No.
Are you on 612 now?
Yes.
So you see, on 612, you had issued a letter already saying that there's an endless working relationship between EMPD and these two entities, being Medicare 24 and Anubis. So there is that relationship, and you already confirmed that in writing. Now, in your mind, the people who work for Anubis, if they had to present themselves to the public as part of this endless working relationship, what form of identification would they have to produce to a member of the public to show them that I'm from Anubis? As per this letter on 612, I have this endless relationship with EMPD to provide the services set out in those letters, being security services and medical emergency services. If I'm an employee of Anubis and I'm dealing with members of the public on the road, what identification did you contemplate that person would have? Because I don't expect that all of them would walk around carrying this letter. So my understanding of these cards is that they were a form of identification for people working for Anubis to give effect to what is contained in a letter you had already issued. So make me understand, if I'm an employee of Anubis and I was walking around on the N12 or N3, or you're part of R59 Ekurhuleni, what would I need to produce to a member of the public to show that I'm authorized to do what the letter says?
Thank you, Chair. I'm explaining again, Commissioner Khumalo. You asked that question before. Yes. Remember, there was this process that we've already started of the cards. Not these cards. Our different cards. That was the process of those cards, not these ones.